So chapter 8 is about data and samples and populations. So look at these 5 vocabulary words. Please pause your video, copy those down. So at first we want to talk about unbiased and biased, and whether it's an unbiased or biased sample. So example 1, if a city wants to find out if the community would want a new football field built, which sample is the best unbiased population? So there's 4 choices here. 3 teenagers on a sidewalk, 100 random people at a football game, 5 neighborhoods in the community randomly chosen, first 50 people who come to the library. Well, the first option, 3 teenagers on a sidewalk, it appears random, but the problem with this is it's too small of a sample. So if you don't have enough people, you can't really know that that's unbiased. 100 random people at a football game, that's going to be biased because they are at the place that you're looking to find out if they want to build it. So they probably would be more apt to want it built. 5 neighborhoods in the community randomly chosen. This looks like a very viable option. Looks like they'd probably be the most unbiased out of the choices so far. And then first 50 people who come to the library. These might be a little biased against the football field because they might want something else built if they're going to the library a lot. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but out of these choices, number 5 or the letter C would be your most unbiased and best option. So for example 2, do the following sampling methods produce unbiased or biased samples? So go ahead and pause the video, look at each one, make your choice, and then come back. So for the first one, 6 people asked about what type of cable TV they have. That's going to be biased just because it's too small, right? It's too small of a population to really know. Every 4th customer at a grocery store is asked what their favorite plant is. That would be unbiased. You're only using every 4th customer, so you probably are safe depending on how many you do. The basketball team is asked what their favorite lunch is at school. That's going to be a biased answer because you're only asking a particular group. So you're targeting that group, so be biased. And then 5 students' names are drawn out of a hat from each grade level at a school to vote on a school mascot. That would be random and pretty unbiased because you're using out of a hat, which is random, and then you're also getting it from all over the different levels of the school. The second thing we have to look at is whether conclusions that you make based on surveys are valid. So number 1, you survey the students on the honor roll to find out if the amount of homework given is appropriate. The results show that 85% said they felt there wasn't enough homework. You decide to increase the amount of homework given. So make your answer. Is it valid or not? So for this first one, this would be no, it's not valid because you're only choosing the people from the honor roll. So that's not going to give you a representative sample. Number 2, example 2, you conduct a survey of the 8th graders at your school. You choose 3 names out of a hat, ask them to vote on a song for graduation. Based on their votes, of which they all chose the same song, you decide to make that the graduation song. Make your choice. Is it valid or not? That answer would be no. No, I did spell valid wrong here. There we go. So the answer would be no. It's too small of a sample. Right? Too small of a sample, so you can't make your choice based on that, so not valid. And then finally, you want to find out how the people of your neighborhood feel about the new alderman. You go to every 3rd house on 3 different streets in your neighborhood. You survey 100 people. Your findings show that 76% feel the alderman is doing a very good job. Make your choice. Is it valid or not? For this last one, the answer would be yes. This would be valid because you have chosen randomly and it would appear to be unbiased. Hope it helps.